Hey guys, what's up? Jeff here again to orient your fitness in the right direction. And today I want to go over with you guys something known as the muscle length tension relationship and how it relates to your own body, because I don't think too many of the fitness YouTubers, the gurus on here, I don't think they've really discussed this with you guys, so I'm going to discuss it with you right now and how it relates to your own body. So pretty much the length tension relationship in your muscles, it pretty much refers to the length of your muscles being able to influence how much force your muscles generate. So in other words, if you don't have a proper length in your muscles, you're not going to be able to generate the maximum force. You're not going to be as strong, in other words. So this is pretty relevant. And how does this influence your body? Well, let's take one muscle. Let's say the biceps, for example. Let's go with that. So if my biceps are too short, like that, if they're too short, they're not be able to generate the most force. But if they're too long, they're not going to be able to generate too much force either. So they have to be at the optimal length in order to generate the most force. And that goes with all muscles in your body. So let's go with another example. Let's say many people, they have this misconception that if a muscle is very tight, that means it's probably strong. But this isn't true. In many cases, if a muscle is too tight, it can be weak as well. Like your hamstrings, for example. Your hamstrings are an example of a muscle that can easily be too tight and weak at the same time, because one function of your hamstrings is to bend your knee, and if you sit in your chair all the time, your hamstrings are obviously going to be tight. And if you never work out, they're going to be weak as well. So this can increase your chances of getting an injury, for example, like a hamstring strain. So this is an example of one muscle being too tight and weak. But so you'll want to do both things. You'll not only want to stretch this muscle, but you want to strengthen it too. And this goes for many muscles in your body. You want to strengthen and stretch them. This goes for pretty much your whole body. You want to stretch and strengthen in order to maintain that length tension relationship and get stronger. Another example would be your abs, and I know you guys nitpicked me on this when I mentioned the abs. I'm talking about the rectus abdominis muscle. I'm talking about that, your six-pack muscle. An action of this is when it contracts, it tilts your pelvis backwards. So if you're slouching back in your chair all the time, if you're slouching all the time, you never stretch, you don't work out, that's another muscle that can be tight and weak. So you want to stretch and strengthen to get stronger and maintain that length tension relationship. So for your hamstrings, how do you stretch that? You put your heel on an elevated platform, make sure your knee is straight, make sure you're not twisting your body, bend forward at your hips, hold that stretch for 30 seconds, do it twice on each side. That's going to stretch your hamstrings, and then you'll want to strengthen it too. So you can do things like hamstring curls, you can squat, you can do leg presses, you can do ball bridges, since the hamstrings also do hip extensions, so that's another good exercise. And for the abs, you can stretch and strengthen that. So to stretch that, you can go on the ground on your stomach, put your hands beneath your shoulders, push up, hold that stretch for 30 seconds, do it twice. And to strengthen your abs, you can do things like crunches, leg raises, basic ab strengthening exercises. And this is going to help you. Pretty much you want to learn how to stretch, do the stretches correctly, and strengthen too. So this goes for pretty much your whole body. As long as those things aren't painful, that's essentially what you want to do for your body. You want to stretch and strengthen your muscles in order to maintain that length tension relationship. And let's go over if the muscle is actually if it's too loose, you'll just probably want to strengthen it in order to not overstretch. But for most of your body, because we don't stretch a lot, we sit down a lot, we tend to be stiffer in general. That's why I focused on the other thing more. But if you're too loose, you'll want to mostly strengthen. So this could be like your upper back muscles. So you could do things like reverse chest fly, you could do the band, things like that to get back into better posture. But for most of your body, you'll probably want to do the other thing. But anyways, hopefully this clarifies that topic. I know it's a little bit over the place, and actually there's another muscle I'm going to focus on. I'll probably do that later this week. But anyways, I think that educated you guys a little bit more. This has been Jeff once more, orienting your fitness in the right direction. If you liked that video, thumb it up, comment, subscribe to my channel. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later soon.